Hey guys, Forsaken Reality here. In this series, we will be remaking features from the game Remnant, which is a multiplayer co-op third-person shooter game that is actually created in Unreal Engine, so that's pretty neat. And is a game I personally enjoy playing. Not too many third-person games that I enjoy, mainly just because the controls are weird, but Remnant seems to have gotten it down pretty well. So without further ado, we'll get into starting this series. So the first thing we're gonna do is actually first thing you're actually gonna need Unreal Engine 4.21, not for the project, but if you want the weapon pack. There's also another free weapon pack on the market if you don't choose to use this one, but I chose this one because it actually comes with some animations and stuff for the weapons and sounds, and it's actually pretty good for a free pack. So if you don't have 421, you might want to pause the video here and go download that quickly. The project itself is in 4.26. So you want to create a blank third person project. I didn't bring in the starter content, and this is what you should have. Once you do that, we're going to want to create a project for 4.21, just a blank 4.21 project, so that you can import your animations for this weapon pack. Right, right here, it's called Military Dark Weapons. It's a free pack. It has some pretty neat animations that come with it. So and some useful weapons and stuff. You want to add this to your project and create. So this is my 421 project I already have made with it added to it. So once you do that, we can close that for at the moment. We'll actually need it again, but you want to open up your 4.21 project with your weapons in it, and you want to migrate. You want to right click on the military weapon dark, right click migrate, and it should just get this folder. Okay. And you want to go to your tutorial series folder and put it in your content. And while that's doing that, we're actually going to need some animations too. So we're going to use the free animation starter pack, which has some useful shooter animations in it. And we're just going to add those into our project. And I'm also going to add some animations from ALS version 4, but I'm going to do that in its own video because it's a little bit more of a process than just adding the animations. Because there's a bunch of poses that you need to cut up and stuff. And I'll show you how to do that in the future video. So now that we have, close out of this, now that we have our weapons and animations in here, first, we're going to go into our third person BP. We're going to rename this folder. I'm just going to call it Remnant Tutorial. And in here, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go into my maps, and I'm going to actually delete that folder. I'm going to put my geometry folder in my maps folder. And I'm going to fix up redirectors and save. Now you can delete your geometry folder. Man, in the third person folder, there's some other meshes there you can just throw those in the geometry folder for now as well. Fix up redirectors. Now you can delete this third person folder. The mannequin has your animations and character. You want to drag those down into the remnant, into your main tutorial folder or whatever you have it named. And we will fix up redirectors, save. Now we can delete our mannequin folder. So we want to go into, we want a new folder, meshes in our main one. Bring our character into there. Fix up redirectors. Blueprints. Characters. Game modes. And in our blueprint, we're gonna rename our character to BP_master character. Our game mode is gonna be GM_TP. Or I'm just gonna call it GM Remnant. Animations. We can go in here and create a default folder. Grab everything but the animation blueprint. That should be it for these ones specifically. Okay, so now we want to get our animation starter pack animations in here. Let's go character animations. And we'll actually drag our default into the character animation. I'm just going to fix up redirectors as well. Just there was a few things, so that's good I did that. Default. I'm going to create a new folder called Pistol Animations. I'm going to go up to this folder and write pistol. That's going to grab these three and put them in my pistol folder. Go back to here again. Create a new folder called Rifle Animations. You just want to select every animation except for this player, the showcase, and the blueprint. And we'll just bring these all over to rifle animations. Fix up redirectors. And in the rifle animations, we'll create a new folder called blend spaces. And this one and this one, and I think that's it, yep. And we'll put those in the blend spaces folder. Fix up redirectors. Now we're stuck with these few things, so we're gonna grab this animation blueprint and put it in our main animation folder. This one. So I think I'm gonna use this one over this one. We can delete this. I don't think there's anything in here that's useful. Not really, no. Actually, yeah, we're going to use this character instead of that one, so we're going to move this to our characters folder. Separate vectors. For now, we're going to delete this one, just put old at the end so that I can name this one. Okay, save all. Okay. Gotta fix up redirectors. Yeah, that was probably it. Yep. So now we have our character. Let's delete this, and I'm gonna change the reference for it to master character. Place references. Okay. And that didn't allow us to do that, so say all. Character. So first we're just gonna delete this guy. Now we can delete him. There we go. So now that he's gone, we have this master character. Default animations should be apparently, yeah, I guess they are retargeted. No, they're not because they're using the same skeleton. So now we're gonna want to go to here, go to our mesh in our animation starter pack, and retarget to another skeleton. We're gonna want to open this up. Select humanoid rig. Select the humanoid rig. We're going to go back to our one in our animation starter pack, and we're going to retarget it to our skeleton down here. So all the animations get retargeted. And we should be able to delete this now. And we'll just replace these references like this. 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 So I have this, and we'll do it. Let's replace all the references one by one, I guess. Delete this. Just gonna fix up redirectors. Save. And now everything left in here is garbage, basically. So now we got our animation starter pack done. Blueprints character. Just open this to make sure he's looking good. We'll go to our project settings. If you don't have it open, you go to your project settings, input, and we'll create one for crouch. And I'm just going to use C for now. So now there's a crouch input. And we also want to set our game mode. And then nothing should be replicated yet. We'll be getting into that in the next episode. Just organizing the files here now and getting things set up. So now that we have this done, we want to... I'm just going to grab the sound folder and put it in my main Remnant folder. The same thing with the visual effects. I'm also going to fix up redirectors just in case. Rename this to visual effects, VFX, so I know. And now we have our weapons. So we want to go to our meshes folder. We'll make two folders, skeletal and static. So we'll just put character in there because he's skeletal. Except redirectors. Now I'll go back to my weapons and I'll Alt and click on each of these skeletal meshes, and I'll also click the, so I'll do this, this, and this. So that's getting the physics and the skeleton as well. Trying to ignore the static meshes that are there in the blue. And I will open up this. I'm actually going to need to create a new folder in here called weapons. Back. Quickly select all of these that aren't static meshes. And then I'll drag them right over here into my skeletal meshes weapons folder. Fix up redirectors. Go back, create a new folder called static in the meshes folder. The reason I'm doing this now is because if you keep filling up the files, it's going to become pretty overwhelming and pretty quickly. And you don't want that, basically. So there's just static meshes. Go to our animations, and we'll create a new folder in here called weapon animations. And we'll just take all of our weapon animations, put them in that weapon animations folder. Fix up redirectors. Okay, so some textures, materials, and we can delete this atoms folder. So we'll want to go into our remnant folder, textures, materials, textures, fix up redirectors, go to our materials, do the same thing. Go to our materials folder that we just made, fix up redirectors. Then we can delete this weapons folder. We can also delete this overview map. And pickups are for some ground looking items. I'm just gonna name this ammo. I'm gonna make a MISIC folder for these pickups. Yeah, okay. And I'll put those in the MISIC folder. And in my textures, I'm going to put weapon textures. And in my materials, weapon materials. Now let's do misc textures. Goes in there. And the same thing for our materials. Now that we have that done, just fix up redirectors one more time, save. Let me delete this folder for military weapons pack. And now we have everything organized into this folder. So I'm going to cut this video off here for now, I think. Just gonna make sure I have everything that I wanted renamed. Yeah, I'll cut this video off here for now. If you found this video helpful and you want to see some more, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new tutorial videos uploaded. I'll be continuing this series for a while, and it doesn't mean I'm going to be stopping my other series. I'm still going to be continuing with the RPG tutorial series. This is just going to be mainly for filler content because there's some things such as a quest system that I just can't really do daily and test out all the bugs and have the system fully complete. You know what I mean? So if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, feel free to leave those in the comments section below or join my Discord server. And I will see you all in the next episode.